Hey everybody, it's Eri from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and this video has some content that, well, is ground shaking. It's a video I just don't think you're going to believe, and also some news that will be very instrumental in the build out of the XRP ecosystem. So I don't want to spend any time on the market. I want to get right into it, and I have a couple of other finds as well. It'll be quick, short, and sweet today. Let's first start with the biggest of the two stories. This is thanks for a heads up that I got from Lewis Core 802-4686896 for letting me know that XRP Scan said that after several weeks of fee voting, the XRP ledger has been lowered to the account-based reserve to 10 XRP. And then, of course, there is that reserve of 2 that always stays there. But if you are to take that account and delete it, you'll get 8 of that back. This is half the cost. They've taken it down in half. This is really, really good for the ecosystem. I'll give you just one example. Here we have Spend the Bits. This is an application that moves Bitcoin over the XRP ledger. Everybody who uses the app would have had to open up that reserve with parking 20 XRP there. And as the price of XRP goes up, it gets a little expensive, especially in developing countries. So I am just thrilled for anyone who is building out on the XRP ledger. It is just that less expensive now to actually tie up that reserve. And if you ever want to delete an account, this is where you can learn how to do it. It's XRP Dev. He's got a great channel. Not enough people following him. I'm telling you, maybe people feel it's too geeky, but if you really want to keep up on the technology, this is a site I highly recommend. He put this out on June 10th, and it just takes you through the steps, about 4.5 minutes, and you can then follow that to get your reserve back if you delete an account. So I don't know about you, but I've got a few accounts out there, and as the price of XRP increases, if you've got 100 XRP out there, that can be a lot of money. So you do want to claim some of that back. All right, I woke up this morning to an article by Charles Gasparino. Yeah, it was in the New York Post. It hit all the nerve points of the SEC versus Ripple case. The turf war, the failure to protect investors, the delisting and suspension of XRP from the exchanges, Ethereum, Clayton, picking the winners, One River Asset Management, leaving the US and losing the innovation, Hester Peirce, the fact that she's being ignored. I mean, really, he hit it all. He did a fabulous job for putting out enough information into mainstream that probably there are going to be other medias that pick this up. All right, this is a showstopper. This is my longtime friend, Notorious. And as we say, Notorious, that's the way we say it. He did it. I've been telling him for years that his work is going to be seen as really important for the history of this cryptocurrency space and the XRP army. And he pretty much has a masterpiece right here. It's just 2 minutes and 13 seconds. And I think it completely flips the SEC case on its head. I'm going to have you listen. It is something.
So we already know in the U.S. and in many other jurisdictions that 3/4 of the market are not ICOs or not what would be called securities, even in the U.S., Canada, and Taiwan.
That is so important in the beginning. I want to replay it. So he's saying in 2018 that 3/4 of these projects are commodities. Here, hang on. Okay. I won't interrupt you again, but I just didn't have the volume up perfectly to start. I want to make sure everyone hears this because it is something.
So we already know in the U.S. and in many other jurisdictions that 3/4 of the market are not ICOs or not what would be called securities, even in the U.S., Canada, and Taiwan, the 3 jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test that we've talked about. 3/4 of the market is non-securities. It's just a commodity, a cash crypto. So you'll hear debates about initial coin offerings and what's a security and what's not a security. Relevant and important debate. But for 3/4 of the market, it's not particularly relevant as a legal matter, as a regulatory matter.
Half this Bitcoin, 55% or so in that slide, but Ethereum is quite big. A currency called Ripple that you might hear in the banking sector is probably third, if I remember. I think there is a reasonable case to be made that if you can come into compliance, if the Securities and Exchange Commission gives some number of months, and I don't know what that is right a period of time, but some number of months or a year or whatever to come into compliance, then they'll look forward. And even for Ripple and Ether, or maybe it's EOS or NEO or something, but for the big market cap ones, there needs to be clarity in the market. And if the clarity in the market is that they're not securities, they might still be commodities, they might still need to comply with all those laws and so forth, but I think it's a period of time.
So Ether would be like the BTC and Bitcoin, or like the XRP and Ripple. It's sort of the glue that holds the system together.
So you said that you guys are looking to incorporate and do this out of Switzerland, and you're purposely you live in Canada, right?
Yes.
And so you're purposely not doing it in Canada, and you're purposely not doing it in the U.S.
A large part of that is regulatory reasons.
Okay.
A large part of that is regulatory reasons.
Can you believe it? I mean, to see all those clips together like that, this is not just somebody who is a so-called expert or somebody who teaches at MIT or one of those people talking on the street. This is coming from the SEC chairman himself, his own words. What in the world changed for him from 2018 to now? I mean, we're not even talking clarity. We're talking about his narrative that he was teaching and his narrative that he was sitting on panels as an expert in this space. And they've done what they've done, not only to Ripple and XRP, but now they are moving into other areas as well. I'm speechless. Notorious masterpiece. I did a little tiny bit of research because there's a lot of talk why the stable coins could be a problem. Well, when you look at the 4 prongs of the Howey test, there is one prong that everyone's saying, but it doesn't go up in value. So you're not selling a stable coin for the purpose of a speculative product. But I read this. This is from a law firm that is looking closely at securities. And it does say here that if investors in fiat peg stablecoins can expect to sell their holdings in excess of the peg during downturns in the crypto market, this arguably may be a sufficient expectation of profit. So this is interesting. This is a very interesting point coming from a legal perspective. All right, I want to just tell the world too that this is a very complicated situation with Ripple and the lawsuit that they are in. And I just want something to sink in here because vendetta is really a powerful emotion. And Senator Elizabeth Warren went after the former SEC chair, Mary Jo White, back in 2016. She went as far as asking the president to immediately, which was Obama at the time, to immediately designate a new chair of the SEC to replace Mary Jo White. She tried, she failed. I think she has definitely an axe to grind. And now, Mary Jo White is on the Ripple defense team. So there are so many moving parts to this, but every moving part points to really bad, smelly, stinky, horrible, criminal forces. Australia, get ready. You're getting into CBDCs. Yes, the Reserve Bank of Australia is putting together a team to contribute to the future of money. How about that? Pretty exciting. And I just wanted to share this with you because I'm a big quant fan, and this is Gilbert Verdian, the CEO, and I just happened to come across this NFT that's on OpenSea. I think these are so funny. It just struck me funny today in seeing it. This seller has a lot of different famous people in the space, and I don't know. Some of these are just cracking me up. And to try to leave this on a happy, light note and smile, because boy, I'll tell you, we need a little bit of joy and smiles spread around, because this SEC Ripple stuff is really aggravating, annoying, and can really get you down. But here is an artist. I've featured him, I think, 2 other times before. This is Tatsuya Tanaka in Japan, and he works in this miniature, very funny way of bringing real life everyday situations, but using the most bizarre materials. And so here you can see some sort of sandwich cookie that he has turned into a sofa and a big screen TV, where the father and son, it looks like, are sitting watching in a room setting. I think it's just hysterical. This is the kind of stuff you sometimes need. Here is an everyday wallet that anyone might have in their back pocket. And this guy is something he's made as he's putting on his coat, looking at himself as if this were a mirror, using the credit card slots as some sort of area to pinch the clothing. This is a ichiman. This is a $100 Japanese yen note as like an area rug. And then he's got the change kind of hanging out there in his shoes. Oh, funny. Okay, now look at the last one. These are these instant ramen noodles that you just add the water to. And you got a guy that's using it as a big hot spring, soaking in it like a bath. Oh, funny stuff, isn't it? You have to really have this creative sense of humor that works. I'm sometimes a little too serious, so I can really enjoy this. And today was the day that they announced the biggest pumpkin in all of Japan. It happened to be down in a southern island, and it came from Kagawa Prefecture. 342 kilograms. Look at the size of that pumpkin. So this is this year's tournament winner, number 1 in terms of weight. Funny. All right, everybody. Yes, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.